All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about one of my favorite topics, cell phones at concerts. Yep. And doing it in real time for just a few people, just like you and just like me. We know what you're going to do, Dave. You're going to complain. You're going to talk about how cell phones are bad. Yeah. Kind of. But before I get there, Double Vision, the band. All right, go check them out. They're great. If you like Foreigner or Survivor or Toto or stuff that sounds like those bands, that genre, these guys are making original music, folks. There you go. DoubleVisionTheArtist.com. Not to be confused with Double Vision, which is kind of pesky, so you should get some glasses of some kind to help. So I watched a little bit of night one for The Who last night. Is this their farewell tour, or it's their first farewell tour, or it's their first of Never Say Never Again tour, or something like that, without Zach Starkey? So I was watching the footage, and somebody was recording, of course, because how are you going to see footage, right? And they're way back, and all I see is like a wall of cell phones. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, it's a great night out. Me and the missus, we're going out. We're going to have a great time. We've planned ahead. We got the hotel. We've got the place to eat. We've got transportation. We've spent probably a couple grand. It's just, this is the crazy thing. You know, the old days, I had my $12 ticket stub. Look, I went to see the Police and the Fix and like three other bands for $12. Those are the good old days, right? No cell phones. But here's the thing. If you're going to go to a show and just work your butt off to record it, because it's work to record video, you know, holding the phone steady, making sure you're getting what's going on the stage correctly. You might want to do some people watching a little bit here or there, you know, pan a little off to the left, catch that weird looking lady who is dressed like 30 or 40 years ago and she shouldn't be dressed that way. Those are the things I tend to look at. And that's, you know what? That's the concert experience. But if you're trapped in a cell phone, how are you going to see all this stuff? You're just laser focused on the stage. You know, Pete and Roger. No Zach. Pete and Roger. Yeah, The Who. Apparently Zach was just too proficient on drums. So I got this article from a couple of years ago, and this is right after, I guess, this toward the end of the Kellogg's 19 thing, and that's what I call it now. Kellogg's 19. The lockdowns and the social distancing and 6 feet apart, 5-foot danger, 6 feet, you're safe. All right. Cell phones at concerts, you're being ridiculous. Now, this, by the way, this is going to be kind of pro cell phone, which is kind of funny. We've all been there. You're at a concert and the performer takes the stage, the lights go down, and you hear the first few notes of your favorite song. Yes, that's cool. You start to get excited, and then you see it. Dozens of fans with their cell phones in your face, viewing their favorite artist through a camera lens. Okay, right there. That's the whole article. You don't have to continue. But they do. Maybe you've even been that person. Concert goers have been using cell phones to take photos and videos of performances for years now. Oh, so it's normal. For years. This article written in 2023, yeah. So they've been doing this for almost 20 years, at least. Yet everywhere you look, you'll come across the same old story. This is my story, by the way. Fans criticizing other fans criticizing other fans for using phones at concerts, incessant whining and longing for the good old days. Amen to that, brother. But of course, they're making fun of the people who are longing for the good old days here, they say, before the era of cell phones. The good old days where I would spend $12 to go see three bands, and there were no cell phones, and there was no extended lodging or dinner before the show. There might have been, a trip to McDonald's with a car load of people my age. It could have been. Hand over some money. We're going to go through the drive-through, and then we'd eat the stuff and we'd get to the show. That was our splurge, if we even did that. Concerts are a time for people to come together and enjoy music. Oh, this is super well written. Really? It's real. I didn't know. I didn't. Everyone enjoys music differently, and that's the problem. In the old days, here it is. They wrote it in here for me. They knew I'd be reading this. In the good old days, we kind of all enjoyed music in a similar way. We would go to the show and we'd listen to it. We'd look at that guitar solo, but we'd also listen to it. So there's a little audio and visual thing going on, and that's enough, right? You're using a couple of your senses. Sometimes you'd get a lot of vibration, some shaking. So there's more senses that are being used. There are people walking around wearing certain things that they probably shouldn't wear. More so probably today than in those days, but yeah. I believe that it can be a good way to enjoy the show. What? Cell phone footage can capture the crowd's energy and the emotions felt during the... So you have to capture the energy of other people. There are, especially in the age category that I find myself in these days, there are people that will sit down for the entire show. Even if people are standing, they're not going to get up. They want to sit. And after like an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how long the show is, I can't really blame them. Can you blame them from wanting to sit down? Capture the crowd's energy. So if the crowd is lethargic, you're going to capture that forever in your... And here's a good point, right? So I get criticized because I'll do a review based on some cell phone audio, video that was uploaded. AC/DC is a good example. Brian Johnson. He sounds great, Dave. What's your problem? Well, did you hear him over here? Well, it's a cell phone. What are you doing? You can't judge Brian by the cell phone audio. Oh, okay. So I need to go to the show and waste $300-400 to hear it myself? No, I got a sample. I'm good, man. I don't need to drop hundreds of dollars to go see AC/DC. I'm good, man. You just don't like anything. Now, I liked a lot of stuff 30 or 40 years ago because it sounded good. Sorry, folks. I'm starting to sound like Gilbert Gottfried here. And while it's a fair argument that you don't get the same immersive experience as being there in person, you could still get a sense of the energy and excitement of the concert through the noise, excitement, and energy of the crowd around the person filming. Translation. So it's just like being there. Someone's cell phone audio and video is so important that it's going to make someone else's life very happy. Remember, everyone enjoys music differently. Who wrote this? Like somebody at the DEI headquarters for world government? What? Everyone enjoys. Well, when I enjoy music, I typically like to have a bag of Doritos. Well, when I enjoy music, I like to be skiing down a mountain. What? No. When you go see a concert, how many different ways can you... I like to enjoy music through the lens of my cell phone. That's what makes me happy. So I'm going to stand up for 2 hours and I'm going to record video, and the glow from my cell phone is going to create glare all around me. Well, that's exaggerating. Oh, not really. If you get 3 or 4 of those around you, you're just like, all right, I'm trying to watch the show and you're over here and this other person's over there and I'm distracted. Like the band is being... Imagine being the band. And that's why people get mad on stage. They're like, Dude, can you just turn around and watch? Notice how they haven't talked about all the selfies? Like these people running to the front. Well, I paid $600, so I should be able to do whatever I want to. Now, I will admit, the prices are really stupid for concerts. And so, yes, you can feel as though you could take advantage of all the money you spent and feel like you have a right to disrupt everything because you spent so much money. This is a dilemma. I will say that. But at some point, what kind of, I mean, I guess that's your experience to be busy doing other things and not watching the concert. But they say, hey, this is a great way for someone who didn't get to go to see all the energy and excitement and the crowd of people around the person filming. Yeah. Forget about the band. Notice that they're not talking about the music at all here. You got to when you read something, it's like what they don't say is way more important sometimes than what they are saying. So the noise, the excitement, and the energy of the crowd. No mention of how the music sounds. Remember, folks, it's cell phone audio, so it's crappy. It can also provide a way for people who could not attend the concert to enjoy the music. Okay, I think we've covered that. Even in a pre-pandemic world before Kellogg's 19 shut everything down, purchasing a ticket to see a show was difficult for some to afford. Really? So rather than talk about why these ticket prices are so high, we're going to talk about why we should record cell phone audio and video. However, with concerts resuming for the first time in years, that's pathetic. All right, that they grounded everything for years. That's just you can go watch old videos of me. That just I'm still shaking my head that this is bringing back such great memories for me. And the concert industry looking to recoup the losses from Kellogg's 19 ticket prices, which are soaring. This brings me to my next point. All right. And the point is concert tickets are becoming more expensive. So that gives you the right to do whatever you want to at the shows. And the people complaining, and you could make the same argument, right? You could say, hey, I spent $400. I would like to just watch the show without distractions. I think my argument is better than I could do whatever I want to because I spent 400. So you're paying to be disruptive. I'm paying to sit there and watch the show. Well, you don't go to concerts anyway, so what do you care? Well, if I were to go, and I've gone to concerts recently, and I had a great time. And yeah, there were cell phones, but it wasn't extreme. And thankfully, I wasn't right next to someone who wanted to film the entire show. Anyway, while some concert goers may be able to absorb the higher prices, others may be priced out of the market altogether. Oh, it's the sad world. Look, folks, here's the deal. If you don't have the money to go to concerts, guess what? You don't go. They make it sound like, for the person that doesn't get to go, this cell phone audio and video is so important. It's so precious. And thank goodness there are people who are distracting the people that spent a fortune to go. Thankfully, they're there for all those that couldn't go. And again, the people who hit me back and say, well, you're judging this concert on cell phone audio and video? Dude, I mean, that's not fair. So is it fair that someone tries to enjoy a concert that someone has filmed or whatever, recorded the entire concert? So some poor guy who couldn't afford to go, he's waiting the next day. Oh, I hope someone uploads. I didn't get to go. And I'm sure there are people who do that. But it gets pretty repetitive. I mean, how many times are you going to see this same band, say they go on tour and they upload like The Who, they upload the first night, then they're going to upload the second night and the third and so forth. All right, this performance over here was not as good as this other performance. You're only going to watch it. Are you going to watch it multiple times? You have to be a real diehard fan. You're trying to pick up things that are happening. Maybe you want to do a vlog, a video blog or something about, the first night, Pete Townsend didn't look all that happy, but by the second or third night, he was doing much better. I mean, I don't know. How many people really care that much? I mean, just go and see the show. So what's all this have to do with cell phones? As the cost of concert tickets continues to rise, more and more fans are turning to fan-recorded videos to experience their favorite artists live. No, I'm not. See, in the old days, folks, here we go. Where's that old days thing? Didn't I highlight that? Where is it? Anyway, there's something where it says the good old days. Here it is, the good old days. So in the good old days, there was this thing called a DVD. I see them at Goodwill now just stacking up. People, because they're streaming everything. I don't need DVDs. I can just stream it. All right, well, there used to be concert DVDs, professionally recorded DVDs with great sound, great audio, great video. But now, nope, cell phone audio and video, which isn't very good. Sometimes, quite honestly, the cell phone audio is okay and the cell phone video is okay, but it's not up to the level of a DVD recording unless somebody goes in there with some super high-tech cell phone and, they're thinking they're going to get 1 million views on whatever platform, most likely YouTube, if they upload it. Of course, then they're going to get nailed with some copyright strike, most likely. So they're not going to be able to share in the profits. I'm sure the Eagles wouldn't like it if you were uploading professional videos of their concerts at the Sphere. Nope. Technology is changing the way... I mean, is this written for a 2-year-old? Technology is changing the way we experience live events. So how do the artists feel about cell phone recordings at concerts? Not very good. Not very good. Tom Morello, who's actually raging with the machine, said, if you want to film instead of rocking out, that's your call. But I explicitly state, if you stick a cell phone in my face, I will throw it. Okay, so he's kind of raging against the machine a little bit there. Jack White has also spoken out against cell phone use at concerts. Kind of seems like the artists don't like it. They don't seem to like it. Coldplay and WizKid have been among many celebrities that have grabbed fans' cell phones and produced unique videos after recording them, singing up close or filming them on stage. So, okay. So this is a reason why you bring your cell phone. Because the artist might grab it and then record themselves doing something unique and then give it back to you. Or they might chuck it across the stage. And I know, folks, I know people have disposable income apparently because they're going to the shows. But not everybody can afford, not everybody can afford to go to a concert, Dave. Well, not everybody can afford to buy another cell phone. I went to see this concert, and Tom Morello grabbed my phone and he threw it, and it broke into 100 pieces. And my phone didn't have insurance, and now I have to go buy another phone. The late lead vocalist of Linkin Park would frequently leap down to the barricade during shows and sing next to fans while looking into a phone camera. So even though you had examples up here, and there are numerous examples that aren't being cited here, Jack White was one, didn't like it, but then now notice how they start off with all of the cranky old guys, and then they get down to Chester Bennington. He's the late lead vocalist of Linkin Park, so apparently he's not here anymore to leap down to the barricade during the shows. This person says, look, I get it. For many artists, cell phone recordings are a major source of frustration and distraction. They're there to perform and to try to do the best they can. You spent $400, I'm just making up a number, to see them do the best they can. So if they're being distracted left or right, that defeats the whole purpose. This idea that I spent lots of money. And what if the show is really horrible because these people are distracted? Of course, they have, these little subheadings. It's really not that bad. No, see, okay, and this is people are going to say this is where, you're a boomer and this guy here is like a technology person and you don't like tech. I like technology, all right? It's not that I don't like technology. It can be beneficial. But the whole live concert experience. Now, look, at some point, the concert will become one big AI thing, and it's all going to be the same, and people are going to give up recording it, or maybe they'll record some of it to prove to everybody that it wasn't really them playing or something. Avatars on stage. Soon, all of this stuff won't matter. But for the time being, for the old geezers, can we just watch the show? What's wrong with watching the show? You know what? If you want to record for a couple of minutes to say, hey, look, I was at the show, like your little memento, right? I was at the show. Record away. But to sit there for the entire show and watch it through the lens of a cell phone, that's a lot of work. And that doesn't sound like relaxation to me. But hey, I'm obviously in the minority. Check out those pictures from The Who, right? Their first night. Or go look at something younger. Go look at, like, I don't know, pick somebody, Lady Gaga, and you'll just, everybody it's like a wall of cell phones. And it's just weird. It's so 1984 looking, double plus good cell phones. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's my video on this. I'm sorry. Before I go, I apologize because all I'm doing is ranting and raving, and sometimes I know people get irritated by that, but it's my way of being entertaining, right? That's my way of being entertaining. So here's a Double Vision, and if they play a concert, don't bring a cell phone. If you're gonna go see Foreigner, the real Foreigner, which by the way isn't any more real than Double Vision. When the tribute band has 0 original members and the real band has 0 original members, you're on equal footing. So good for Double Vision. They see a market, they see a niche, and they're trying to fill it. They're trying to fill it. Good for them. All right, folks. God bless everyone. If I see you at a concert, I'm gonna do like lots of cell phone audio and video of you and I together hanging out. It'll be a great time. I don't even care who the concert is. I will just do that. And, that's the best way to do this. Just don't even pay attention to the band.